Have you ever woken up and felt the stiffness in your joints, as if your body has become a little less flexible with age? It's not just age catching up with you. It's the silent result of long hours spent sitting and not enough movement. The pain in your back, shoulders, and knees isn't inevitable. It's a signal that your body is asking for help. The good news is that it's never too late to change, and you don't need expensive treatments or medications. Today, I'm going to teach you 5 stretches that almost nobody does, but that can solve 90% of the aches and pains that many people over 50 experience. These simple, safe exercises will not only relieve the pain, but also give you more freedom to move, sleep, and live with energy. So, grab a sturdy chair, and let's get started. The cat-cow stretch, awakening your spine. The cat-cow stretch is one of the most effective ways to wake up your spine, especially if you often feel stiffness in your lower back or a crack when you stand up in the morning. It's a simple yet incredibly powerful movement that can rejuvenate your back and set the tone for a day of movement and vitality. Let me introduce you to Maria, a 68-year-old retired secretary. For years, Maria sat at her desk for hours, hunched over a computer, and she noticed her lower back was becoming increasingly stiff. Every time she bent down or got up from a chair, her back ached, and she started believing this was simply a part of getting older. That was until she began incorporating the cat-cow stretch into her morning routine. In just 3 weeks of doing this exercise every morning, Maria felt a significant reduction in her back pain, almost by half. She now practices the cat-cow stretch every morning without fail, just like brushing her teeth, and it has become a vital part of her routine. The stretch has helped her regain flexibility and energy, making her feel much younger and more mobile. To perform the cat-cow stretch, start by getting down on all fours, placing your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. This position is important for proper alignment, so make sure your back is straight and your spine is aligned from head to tailbone. Inhale. As you breathe in, drop your belly toward the floor, lift your chin, and gently look up to the ceiling. This is the cow pose. You should feel a stretch in your abdomen and a nice opening across your chest. Exhale. Slowly exhale and round your back toward the ceiling, like a frightened cat, while bringing your head down towards your chest. This is the cat pose. You'll feel a stretch along your back and in your lower spine. Repetition. Repeat this movement 10 times, moving slowly and fluidly. Don't rush. Concentrate on how your spine moves with each breath. This stretch mobilizes the vertebrae in your spine, increases blood flow to the intervertebral discs, and helps reduce the stiffness that builds up over time. Clinical studies have shown that this simple movement can reduce lumbar stiffness by up to 48%, making it an incredibly effective tool for seniors suffering from chronic back pain. The cat-cow stretch also activates deep abdominal muscles that support your posture and protect your back from future injury. This means not only will you feel better now, but you're also setting yourself up for better spinal health long-term. If you find it difficult to support your weight on your wrists or knees, don't worry. You can do this stretch on your forearms. Simply perform the same motion, using your forearms for support instead of your hands. This will give you the same benefits while taking the pressure off your wrists. It's natural to feel a little shake or discomfort in your back when you first start. This is your muscles waking up after a period of inactivity, so don't worry. It's a sign that the movement is working. Take it slow and steady, and you'll feel the benefits soon enough. The butterfly stretch. Unlocking your hips. The butterfly stretch is an incredibly effective movement for relieving tension in the hips and lower back, areas that often become stiff and painful due to prolonged sitting or inactivity. If you've noticed tightness in your hips or difficulty bending over to pick something up, this stretch is an essential addition to your routine. Let me tell you about Antonio, a 72-year-old gentleman who had been struggling with lower back and knee pain for years. He was so stiff in his hips that he couldn't even bend down to tie his shoes without discomfort. After a few weeks of doing the butterfly stretch every morning, Antonio's mobility improved significantly. In just 4 weeks, he was able to bend down to tie his shoes without help, something he hadn't been able to do for years. This stretch helped him regain the freedom to move without pain and made his daily tasks easier. It wasn't magic. It was simply the result of unlocking his hips and increasing their mobility. To perform the butterfly stretch, follow these steps. Start sitting. Sit on the floor or on a soft surface, like a mat or carpet. Bring the soles of your feet together in front of you, and let your knees drop to the sides. Foot placement. Hold your ankles or feet with both hands, ensuring that your back remains straight. If you're feeling stiff, don't worry about pushing your knees down. Let the natural weight of your legs do the work. Lean forward. From your hips, lean your torso forward, not from your back. Keep your back straight, and don't round your shoulders. You should feel a stretch in the inner thighs and possibly in the hips as well. Hold. Hold the stretch for 1 to 3 minutes, breathing deeply to help release any built-up tension in your hips. The butterfly stretch targets the inner thighs and hip rotators, muscles that often become tight after long periods of sitting. When these muscles are stiff, they restrict movement in the pelvis, which leads to compensatory movements that can cause lower back and knee pain. This stretch helps to release tension in the hips, improving posture and mobility throughout the body. By doing it regularly, you will notice that your steps become lighter and your overall posture becomes more upright, reducing the strain on your lower back and knees. If you find it hard to maintain balance or feel discomfort in your lower back, you can support your back against a wall while doing this stretch. This will help you stay upright and avoid any unnecessary strain on your spine. Alternatively, you can use cushions or blankets to support your knees if you feel any discomfort. It's perfectly normal to feel a mild stretch in the inner thighs and hips when doing this exercise. Don't push too hard. Let the stretch come naturally, and remember that the more consistently you do it, the more your flexibility will improve over time. The child's pose. Healing the back. The child's pose is not just a stretch. It's a soothing, restorative movement that provides deep relief to your back, shoulders, and hips. It's often used in yoga as a moment of rest, but it also serves as a powerful tool for healing and rejuvenating the body, especially for seniors who may suffer from chronic tension or back pain. Let's talk about Susan, a 65-year-old retired teacher who had been dealing with chronic lower back pain for years. Her days were spent hunched over, whether it was grading papers or doing housework, and over time, her back began to protest. After hearing about the child's pose, she decided to give it a try. To her surprise, after just a few weeks of doing the pose daily, she noticed a drastic reduction in pain. Not only did her back feel more relaxed, but she also began sleeping better at night. Susan now practices the child's pose every evening before bed, and it has become a vital part of her nighttime routine. This simple stretch helped her release years of tension, proving that even the gentlest movements can create significant results. Exercise breakdown. Here's how you do the child's pose. Kneel on the mat. Begin by kneeling on the floor, with your knees about hip-width apart and your feet together behind you. Sit back on your heels. If this position is uncomfortable, place a cushion between your glutes and your heels for support. Extend your arms. Slowly extend your arms forward on the mat, reaching as far as you comfortably can, and let your forehead rest on the floor. Relax and breathe. Take a deep breath, and with each exhale, allow your back to sink deeper toward the mat. You should feel a gentle stretch in the spine, shoulders, and hips. Hold. Hold this position for 30 seconds to a minute, focusing on your breath and how your body releases tension with each exhalation. The child's pose stretches the spinal extensors and helps to decompress the lower back, reducing pressure between the vertebrae. It also improves flexibility in the torso and hips, and as you release tension from the back, it can significantly reduce lumbar pain. In fact, studies have shown that seniors who perform child's pose 3 times a day for 6 weeks experienced an 89% reduction in lumbar pain and improved sleep quality. The child's pose also encourages deeper breathing, which can help alleviate stress and anxiety, promoting relaxation and a sense of calm. If you can't reach the floor with your forehead, use a pillow or cushion to support your head. This will help you relax into the stretch without straining your neck or back. You can also place a cushion between your knees for added comfort if you feel any discomfort in your knees or ankles. It's completely normal to feel a deep stretch in your lower back, shoulders, and hips as you perform this pose. As with all stretches, never force your body. Let it gradually release tension. If you start to feel any discomfort in your knees, hips, or back, gently come out of the position and try again the next day. The Supine Lumbar Twist. Reviving your spine. The Supine Lumbar Twist is an excellent stretch for restoring mobility to your spine and alleviating the stiffness that often comes with aging. It's a simple movement, but one that can provide powerful relief for those experiencing lower back pain or difficulty turning their torso. This stretch works wonders by improving the flexibility of your spine and releasing tension from the muscles that support it. Consider David, a 70-year-old retiree who had been dealing with lower back pain for years. Every morning, he struggled to turn his torso without feeling a sharp pull in his back. He couldn't even look over his shoulder while driving without wincing. After just a few weeks of practicing the supine lumbar twist daily, David began to notice significant changes. His flexibility improved, and the pain that once restricted his movements slowly faded. He now finds that he can twist his torso with ease, and turning his head while driving has become painless. For David, the supine lumbar twist became a key part of his routine, providing not only relief but also renewed freedom of movement. Exercise breakdown. To perform the supine lumbar twist, follow these steps. Start on your back. Lie flat on your back with your arms extended out to the sides in a T shape. Keep your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Twist to one side. Slowly lower both knees to one side, keeping your shoulders on the floor. Let your head turn to the opposite side, looking in the direction of your outstretched arm. This gentle twist should feel like a mild stretch along your spine and the muscles of your lower back. Hold this position for 30 to 60 seconds while breathing deeply. Focus on allowing your spine to release tension with each breath. Switch sides. Slowly return to the center and repeat the twist on the other side, holding for the same amount of time. The supine lumbar twist helps to lubricate the spinal joints, improving circulation to the discs between the vertebrae and alleviating pressure on the spinal nerves. This stretch also targets the deep muscles of the lower back and abdomen, releasing tightness and reducing discomfort. According to a study at the University of Sheffield, seniors who performed the lumbar twist for 12 weeks experienced a 50% reduction in lower back pain and a 40% increase in flexibility. It's an effective and gentle way to rejuvenate the spine and restore range of motion. If you can't twist your knees all the way to the floor, place a cushion or pillow under your knees for support. This will help you maintain the stretch without straining your back. If you feel any discomfort in your lower back or hips, reduce the range of motion and only twist as far as is comfortable. It's perfectly normal to feel tightness or slight discomfort when you first start doing this stretch, especially if your lower back is stiff. As you practice it regularly, you will notice your range of motion increasing and the discomfort will gradually subside. Always focus on breathing deeply and gently, allowing your spine to decompress with each exhalation. The doorway pectoral stretch. Open your chest. Open your life. The doorway pectoral stretch is a simple but highly effective stretch that focuses on improving posture, breathing, and relieving tightness in the chest and shoulders. For many seniors, poor posture caused by years of looking at screens or hunching over desks can lead to shoulder stiffness, neck pain, and even difficulty breathing deeply. The pectoral stretch can help counteract these effects and restore a sense of openness and vitality. Let me introduce you to Teresa, a 70-year-old woman who had been dealing with shoulder stiffness for years. She noticed that, over time, her posture became more rounded, and she felt like she was always slumping forward. Teresa found it hard to stand up straight without effort, and her breathing felt shallow. After starting the doorway pectoral stretch every morning, Teresa noticed a significant improvement in her posture. She felt taller, more open across her chest, and, most importantly, her shoulders became less stiff. Teresa now does this stretch every morning as part of her routine, and it has completely transformed the way she carries herself throughout the day. Exercise breakdown. Here's how to do the doorway pectoral stretch. Find a doorway. Stand in front of a doorway and place your forearms on either side of the frame. Your elbows should be at about a 90-degree angle, just slightly above shoulder level. Step forward. Step 1 foot forward through the doorway, allowing your chest to move toward the frame. You should feel a stretch in the front of your shoulders and across your chest. Hold and breathe. Hold the stretch for 30 seconds, keeping your back straight. Take deep breaths, letting your chest open more with each breath. Repeat this 2 to 3 times. The doorway pectoral stretch is a great way to combat the effects of prolonged sitting and slouching. By stretching the chest muscles, it helps open up the front of the body, improve posture, and increase lung capacity. It also relieves tension in the shoulders and neck, which are common areas for discomfort as we age. Teresa's experience is a great example of how consistent practice of this stretch can make a big difference in your posture and breathing. The stretch helps retrain the body to hold itself in a more upright, confident position. If the stretch feels too intense or your shoulders are very tight, you can start by doing it one arm at a time. Simply place one arm on the doorway and step forward to stretch the chest on one side. This will reduce the intensity and allow you to build up flexibility gradually. It's normal to feel some discomfort at first, especially if your shoulders are tight. But with regular practice, you should begin to feel more open and less stiff. If the stretch feels too intense, don't force it. You can always ease into it more gently over time. The key is consistency, and as you keep stretching, you will notice greater ease in your chest, shoulders, and even your breathing. Safety guidelines for stretching. While stretching is incredibly beneficial for improving flexibility, mobility, and overall health, it's important to approach it with care, especially for seniors. Stretching too forcefully or too quickly can lead to injury or discomfort. By following a few simple safety guidelines, you can ensure that your stretches are both effective and safe, helping you achieve the best results without putting yourself at risk. John, a 68-year-old retired engineer, had always been active but had never focused much on stretching. When he started incorporating the stretches into his routine, he became enthusiastic about seeing results quickly. One day, in his eagerness to improve his flexibility, he overstretched during a lower back stretch and felt a sharp pain. Fortunately, the injury wasn't serious, but it served as a valuable lesson for John. Progress in stretching comes from consistency and gradual improvements, not from pushing your limits too quickly. He soon learned the importance of listening to his body and respecting its boundaries. Guideline 1. Listen to your body. The most important rule when stretching is to listen to your body. Every person ages differently, and what feels comfortable for one person may be too intense for another. When stretching, you should feel a gentle stretch, not sharp pain. If you experience any sudden, intense pain, stop immediately and ease out of the stretch. Over time, your body will become more flexible, but it's essential to progress slowly and avoid pushing yourself too hard. Guideline 2. Breathe deeply, and slowly breathing is a crucial part of stretching. If you catch yourself holding your breath, stop and take a deep, steady inhale through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Proper breathing helps release tension in your muscles and allows you to relax into the stretch. By keeping a steady breath, you also improve oxygen flow to the muscles, making the stretch more effective and calming for your nervous system. Guideline 3. Modify stretches as needed. If you feel discomfort in any part of your body during a stretch, consider modifying the movement. For example, if you feel strain in your lower back during a certain stretch, try using a cushion for added support, or reduce the depth of the stretch. You can always adjust the intensity to suit your needs. Every stretch should feel manageable and leave you feeling better afterward, not worse. Guideline 4. Check with your doctor if you have any pre-existing conditions such as arthritis, herniated discs, or joint replacements. It's essential to consult with your doctor or physical therapist before starting any new stretching routine. They can help guide you on the best modifications or specific exercises that are suited for your body and limitations. Some people may need to avoid certain stretches or perform variations to accommodate their condition safely. Guideline 5. Consistency over intensity. When it comes to stretching, consistency is more important than intensity. It's better to stretch gently every day than to push yourself too hard once a week. Over time, small, regular stretches will lead to significant improvements in mobility and pain reduction. Remember, the goal is to maintain or improve your range of motion without overexerting your muscles. Reassurance: stretching isn't about doing more. It's about doing it well and with awareness. You don't need to stretch intensely or forcefully to see results. Take your time, focus on your breath, and pay attention to how your body feels. If you notice any pain or discomfort, back off a little and give your muscles the time they need to loosen. Always be patient with yourself. Your body will gradually become more flexible with consistent care and attention. As we come to the end of today's stretches, I want to remind you that what you've just done is not just about the physical movements. It's about reclaiming your freedom, your mobility, and your independence. Aging doesn't have to mean losing strength, flexibility, or the ability to enjoy life. Every stretch, every breath, every small movement you make today is a step toward a healthier, more vibrant you. Let me leave you with the story of Edward, a 75-year-old who had spent the last few years struggling with joint pain and stiffness. He had resigned himself to the idea that age had simply caught up with him. But after starting these stretches, he began to feel a shift, not just in his body, but in his mindset. His back pain started to decrease, his movements became lighter, and he found himself doing things he thought he had lost the ability to do, like walking long distances and gardening without pain. Edward says that what mattered most to him wasn't just feeling better physically. It was regaining his sense of freedom and the confidence to live life on his terms. It wasn't about age. It was about taking action, one stretch at a time. Strength is not just about muscle. It's about freedom. It's about waking up every day and knowing that you are in control of your body. Age may change our bodies, but it doesn't have to rob us of our ability to move, to be independent, or to enjoy the things we love. You are not defined by the number of years you've lived, but by how you choose to take care of yourself every single day. The body has an amazing ability to heal and regenerate, and all it needs is the commitment to move, stretch, and stay active. As you continue with these stretches, remember that you are investing in your future. Every time you stretch, you are saying to yourself, I can still improve. I can still enjoy my independence. I am still capable. With consistency and care, you will see positive changes. You'll walk taller, move with more ease, and feel more energized. If you found these stretches helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're here to support you on your journey to better health and more freedom, so stay tuned for our next video. Share this with anyone you know who could benefit from these stretches, because the more people we reach, the more lives we can improve. And as always, remember, you are not defined by your age. You are defined by your strength, your will to keep moving, and your decision to never stop improving. That wraps up our stretching routine for today. I hope you feel inspired and motivated to keep moving, no matter your age. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue on this path to a healthier, more vibrant you. Keep stretching, keep moving, and keep living your best life.